stopped working in the middle of the demonstration. So we brought out one of these from the lab. So Kevin can show you on the programming here. I'm pretty sure, which one do you have up? You have to start it. All right. Well, as you can see, this is the crank rocker that I was describing earlier. This is the crank. This is the rocker. I wouldn't put your fingers in there yet. As the crank spins and rotates, the rocker just goes back and forth from its extreme positions. The larger 3-to-1 pulley and the 1 pulley correlate over to our cable fixture, and that just goes back and forth. This is the 90-degree test. The second hole there would be the 60-degree test, and the third hole. This is I'm sorry. We're at the 60-degree test. I thought we were in the 90. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. But and the hole in the bottom is the 45-degree test. So we are demonstrating a 60-degree test now. As you can see, Owen's connectors are right here. This one on top is taped down for that question earlier. And how they tension the cables is they hang their own weights. Whitney Blake said that they would like to keep that method. So they just hang a weight from the cable, and it just plugs right here at the bottom of the nylon insert. And Kevin can show you on the program if it's up.
How much weight is it?
I think they have different weights, correct, Rick? It's 2 pound. So this is 2 pounds hanging off of it. Is there anything else you want me to go into that?
Well, no, because John asked earlier about the size of the motor, and I remember when you were sizing the motor, you had both of these all set up with 20 cables with 2 pounds on it. So there's quite a bit of stuff. They're showing one cable here, but there's quite a bit of stuff on that when it's actually testing a whole.
There's a lot of empty space.
Yeah.
So the size of the motor is sort of justified.
Actually, the reason why it's so tall is we want it to be easy to be able to fasten the cables on top, as well as getting under and doing everything on the bottom.
Okay, so this is the front panel on the slideshow. There's 2 different folders here. One has the preset files. The preset example looks like this. It's a text file. You can just type in it. It has to be typed in this format. The program knows where these numbers are and looks for them and takes them out of it. Can you stop that? Yep. Just about to. So when I run the program, I click on this little button here. Brings up a window, and I have to select the preset file. Click OK. It puts all the data from the file right here. Takes out the numbers that are important, like the number of cycles, the cycle speed, and the flux angle setting. One thing that I've just realized is pretty big that I forgot to mention in the presentation, the number of cycles. You want the machine to shut off after you tested it for the number of cycles, because nobody might be there. It might be the middle of the night. We haven't integrated this yet, but we're going to have a relay that's controlled by the data acquisition device. The program tells to shut off when the test is complete. That's why that number is there, and that's why it has to count the number of cycles as well. So here's the file output name. Here's the cycles per minute speed. Could you hit the reset button on the Arduino?
Sure, where is it?
It's that red one.
Right.
So that's just to make sure it's communicating with the program correctly. That'll be amended as we make this not taped to it. You can turn it on. Plug in. No, it is.
Okay.
Flywheel's hitting the wires.
Oh, right.
Well, the wires are plugged.
You got a wire.
That would be a problem. Turn it off. Move your fingers in there.
What? No. Which one? Which input is it?
Input 2.
I don't know which one that is.
Another
Do you want to
problem
just
that
do
will be
it?
amended.
Kevin, do you want to just do it? I can't tell which one is input 2 from.
How many fingers have you lost yet?
The closest I've come to losing a finger is when Kevin was helping me adjust stuff, and he keeps going after I tell him to stop.
Alright, so hit that reset button one more time and then turn the machine on. Yep. Alright, so now this is the cycle count. This is the cycle speed, which you can see on the gauge here. go ahead and turn the voltage up on that supply.
Something else?
This supply isn't quite as powerful as this
Oh, I
one,
see why.
but we can run it up
It's
to
optical
about
and it's
50
down and down.
RPM, which you can see right here.
And that gauge is also,
Yep, the gauge is this like right here. Careful.
Well, your optical limit switch is kind of falling down.
Oh, it's still working though.
Oh, that's good.
Here's our data input device here. We've got a couple of cables hooked up to it. This one's cable 1. You can see this. Here's cable 1, cable 2, cable 3. If I unplug that, that light goes out. And it's also recording all this in the file.
So when you say cable there, you mean the what?
Yeah, this would be
Inside the
connected
cable.
through. This would be connected through here.
Yeah.
We just haven't done it today. Yeah, it would be reading this cable.
okay, yeah, I mean, we'd have to wait thousands of cycles before.
Yeah,
so-
they go 30,000 cycles before they break.
What's the maximum, I mean, what's the range of conductors that are inside the cable?
We have about 20 years.
Could you have more?
Oh, remember conductor from the side? Oh, about 14, 8 to 14.
This is the cable that's on the tester right now.
Most of
That one,
28 gauge.
8,
Standard copper wire. Yes.
including the shield.
How does this compare to your original one? I remember seeing a video of the original one. It was a little louder.
Quieter.
Sounded
Very
like a tractor.
It would take us to do 4 cables, 2.5 hours to set it up.
So this is an
Just set
improvement.
it up.
2 hours is improvement. Much better.
What happens if the format isn't quite right for your text program?
It won't read the numbers correctly. But all you have to do is put the first number on this line and the next one on this line. I would expect you'd probably just edit this text file. But it's not very long, so it's pretty easy to follow the format.
So there's no error, there's no error message that says line 3 is...
No, but I can add that. So I can stop it. This would be done after a certain number of cycles we reach. And look at the file. So it has the file name that you saw there and the date that it was done. And here's the preset file data. And this is where I unplug that cable.